you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. So today we're just going to do like a laid back hangout. We're going to keep making our way through the jail files. I'm hoping that we get to the kites, and I don't know, we're just going to play it by ear. So if you haven't seen, Curious Jen has already went through each and every kite, which I was there, but I was watching chat. I feel like I didn't absorb a lot of it. So I'm really excited to do that with you guys. And then also we had a conversation based around some of those on Jen's channel, the word case studies. But over here, we have not made it to them yet. So I'm hoping that today we do. We're about 1,000 pages in. We're just going to scroll through and see what we come across and hang out. But let me say hello to you guys. Hey, Amy. Hi, Vicky. Hey, Kathy. Clicker. Pointer Lover. Hey, Cutie Pie. Angel Something. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Donna. Let's see. Hey, Rebecca. Angela. Nana Banana. Chuck Marie. Good to see you. Finally catching alive. Hey, Trio Girl Mom. Tony. It's Honeybee for me. Preschool Granny. Clicker. Hi, Music City Mom and her best friend Terry. We love your friend Music City Mom over here. Musicity Mom. Hi, BG. Hi, Ava. West Virginia Jules. Eric. Hey, Erica. I'm sorry. Be Real. Francis No More. Jessie Lynn. Elena. Hey, Deets. Hey, Ava. Rachel Jones. Linda. Thank you guys for being here. Hi, Colada Hope. Deborah. W.A. Simply Complex, Rebecca, Leslie. Thank you, Cherokee Girl. Have a safe flight, Clicker. Safe travels. Hi, Lemon. Happy Saturday. Crime, Crochet, and Coffee. Hey, Hit the Hypocrisy, Cool Gamer, and anybody that I missed. Thank you guys for being here. I am excited. I missed you guys yesterday. I wanted to come on last night and do this, but this works out better. And if you are a member of the Patreon, as soon as this is over, I've already shared the link over there once, but I will drop the link again, and we're going to have a little Patreon discussion after. So, hey, Lil Red, Murphy, good to see you guys. Did you guys have a good Thanksgiving? Thank you. Oh, I already said thank you to that comment, but thank you again, Alice. Peppermint Tea, Mayla's mom. Ooh, Foxy Raid. I've been out today grocery shopping and getting some things that my mom needed from the grocery store, and then going to the pharmacy, doing a couple little Christmas things that I had to take care of. But I saw that Foxy was live, and I listened for a little bit while I was driving. Hi, over here. Kim. All right, let me drop some of these links. Hey, Law Nerd. We're going to drop the Jen's links and Foxy, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Hey, Mrs. Bendover. I'm a fiend for the case file. Oh, by the way, you guys, it's up. The jail file is up on Curious Jen's website too. So if you wanted to read through it on your own, you can absolutely do that now. But we're just going to scroll through and listen together. We actually have the next calls. I just need to talk to the girls and see when the girls... The girls are here when I called them that the other day, and just see when they want to get started. I think that will probably start tomorrow night, and it's going to be over here on my channel. So I will definitely let you guys know a little bit ahead of time with the post. Thank you, Tess. By the way, that's an old picture of me and Bentley, like 2 years old. But thank you. Okay. Oh, thank you, Christy. That is so sweet. I'm so glad you did too, Donna. And thank you for doing that. And I can't wait to chat about all this stuff. So let me go ahead and just pull the file up. I have it where we last left off. That's kind of what we're doing here, is just scrolling through and seeing what we come across. We're trying to make our way to the kites, which are Letecia's personal messages that she sends out to the jail staff. But we're kind of in the middle where we've been going through her property receipts and those kind of things. Now, we know that there were several DoorDash cars, HelloFresh, Naked Wines cards in her, or coupons in her property. And they actually scanned those. So they were just gift cards. I'm assuming they just send them with the books when you buy from Barnes and Noble or whatever. So you see here it says received from Barnes and Noble, and then it comments, to receive more books, you must do a property release and have someone pick up your excess books or donate your excess books to inmate programs if you have more than 12. You cannot put your books on the book cart, loan, or give them away or mail them out. You must do property release. So, if you've been listening to the phone calls, you know that Letecia has just been, well, and if you've watched tidbits of Tecia, she spent a lot of time reading, and, on these phone calls with Harley, oftentimes they're discussing what books she can get her, even getting Harley to get books for other inmates that she owes money and things like that. Clicker says, oh, package inserts. Yes, Barnes and Noble does that. Oh, Sean, you have 11-year-old son. I miss saying great big hello. I have to do that sometimes too. I get it. Neat noodle. Oh, that's so awesome, Tracy. I'm really happy to hear that. Oh, thank you, Kaleidoscope, for joining. And let me pursuing understanding. Make sure your gifts are turned on. Bentley and Allie. So I would have been like 31 or 32, and he would have been like 3 or 4 in that picture. Oh, thank you, Katrina, for gifting a membership. And welcome back, Kaleidoscope. Yeah, this is still at the jail. So we have went through the prison file in its entirety, and you can find that on my channel. It was just one live done with both of the gens, because the prison file, the one that we have gotten so far, we're going to attempt, I'm going to email, I'll talk to the girls and try to get in contact with Kansas to see what exactly we can have access to. But the prison file that we were able to get was from Denver Women's, and that was from her time right after the trial. It was from only up until August. Sorry about that, you guys. Hey, East Texas chick. I made Foxy's late. She is awesome. Hey, Destined. We adore you pursuing. Hey, Callie. I'm here, guys. Please get Kansas. I'm going to try, if whatever they will give us. Because we've heard that we can't get phone calls and things like that. But, I don't know that to be true. We'll just have to see what we can get directly from them. I don't know where Curious Jen is. I know she has a stream tomorrow, though. I saw that, Julie. But you know what? Instead of taking anybody's word for it, I think that we should just try so we can get a definitive answer for ourselves. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. This is where she signed her, when she was arrested, she asserted her right to silence, and she signed this. It just says, I understand that I am currently suspected or accused of committing a crime. I am unambiguously and unequivocally asserting my right to an attorney. I want no further contact with the police or other law enforcement officials for the purpose of questioning me or investigating me for any type of criminal activity. I understand that it may be necessary to have medical or mental health staff contact me to ensure my safety and health. I also understand it may be necessary to be contacted by an inmate classification officer. If contact does become necessary, I do not wish to be questioned concerning any suspected criminal activity. I am asserting my right against self-incrimination and my right to silence. I wish to speak only to my attorney. I am invoking all of my rights under Miranda versus Arizona. I will not waive my constitutional rights. I request that government officials not even request my consent except through my attorney. And you guys know that the officers were constantly talking about how they, in their reports, they weren't allowed to to talk to her. They weren't allowed to conversate with her. Even when she would try, they weren't allowed. Then she had a Holy Bible in her property. Now we have some more conduct reports. Oh, she did on March 5th, she had a urine sample for pregnancy. Melissa had a really interesting question the other day, and it was kind of along the lines of, what if she never said anything? I thought that was so interesting, because I think that she definitely is part of the reason why they knew her behavior. I mean, even on the 29th, and during this live, Melissa pulls up her text with Jessica Bethel, which were in the middle of the night, and we've talked about those here, but it's just such an interesting way to approach this and a way to think about it. What if she never said anything? What if she would have truly invoked her right to remain silent and never said a word? They would have found him, and they would have been able to put the pieces together, I'm sure. But it's just an interesting thought. I'm not going to go through these behavior logs. I really want to get to our kites. Now we have Chicken Soup for the Mother's Soul and Chicken Soup for the Women's Soul. I used to read those books when I was a teenager. Did you guys read any of those? I know her laugh is a little bit addicting. It is. It'll make you laugh too. I think about that also. It's really interesting because, what would have happened? How much would they have had? I'm glad she did. Oh, thank you, Rachel. Thank you so much. And welcome, Alice. Thank you for joining. Just like her kites and letters to the judge and her being on pro se, on and on. Yep. Hey, Kate. Good to see you. I actually love these books, and I'm not letting Tecia X ruin them for me. I used to love them too. I remember the Teenage Soul. Yep. S. Newell. That's the ones I read too. I'm late again, as always. Hey, Marianne. Yes, and she needs to read them again. That's funny. Probably wouldn't hurt. Then we have the Confident Woman Devotional in a softball coloring book. Again, she has to get rid of some books to get any more. April, this is just her logs through April, which there's going to be a lot of logs because she was in there 3 years, but I don't see the point in reading through each and every one of those. We have the book Bleachers by John Grisham and Honeymoon by James Patterson. Black Pants, Sunglasses, Sandals, a Shirt, the Confident Woman Devotional, the Chicken Soup books. Sure Foundation, Building Your Life on the Unshakable Truth of God's Word. Probably needs to read that one again too. And then those James Patterson, John Grisham books. Yeah, I'm looking forward to these kites, especially just because, for me, when I'm watching a live and I'm participating in the chat, and especially if I'm a mod, I definitely don't absorb everything that's said on the panel. It's just hard. I'm curious if my mods are like that, because it's hard to watch the chat, respond to chat, and also have meaningful listening to someone on panel. Here's a book she got called Recipe for Lemonade, or What to Do When Life Gives You Lemons. Special Detention Documentation. What is this? Setting on bunk quiet, setting on bench. More of her stuff. Here is her notification of pending hearing board. She refused to sign. Refused to attend, and got 5 days in the hole. She got in trouble a few times, which we went through the incident reports first. That's the first thing. We're going through the file start to finish. So we already know about the trouble she's gotten into, but not necessarily seen every document for that. So that's what that was. Get through these behavioral. Here's another one from when she had 0 days locked down on that one. All right, let's just skip forward a little bit, you guys. Thank you for being here, by the way. Wow, that's a weird special detention documentation. It's just the same as these behavioral logs, but just looks a little different. I'm not sure why, but okay. She got the book Jesus Calling by Sarah Young, the Student Study Bible, oh, look here. This is when remember, we just heard these calls where she was asking Harley for the book The President is Missing by Bill Clinton and James Patterson. And then she wanted the small, cheap dictionary and the study Bible. Well, here's the order from that. Interesting. Foxy. Hey, crazy mama. Foxy. Good to see you girls. Okay. I'm sorry, but those calls, just hearing her like, the It from Stephen King, Trial by Fire, and The Quickie by James Patterson. I'm sure we'll be hearing about these soon. The Appeal, we heard about that one on one of the calls by John Grisham. One of you guys had asked me if in my messages to her she had referenced an appeal, which she didn't. But you got back to me and said, no, actually, that was the wrong messages. It was her messages with someone else who this person sent them to Melissa. So she pulled them up during one of the lives, and she did reference an appeal. So that's kind of interesting. More of her trouble, her getting in trouble, her disciplinary reports. Observing All Things by Andrew Womack, and Life for Today, 1st and 2nd Corinthians edition. More gift cards. 1 Year with Jesus in the Gospels, a yearly devotional. This is when she was administrative segregation. Inmate Stauch was placed into segregated housing at the request of inmate class. Inmate is here on a highly publicized case that has been aired on local and national news stations. Inmate was assaultive and aggressive towards transport staff during her transport to this facility. Because of inmate Stauch's assaultive and aggressive behavior, and because of the media coverage, inmate will be classified as a seg-all, full restraint, assaultive, and full restraint escape until further observation. Inmate class will continue to monitor as outlined in the SOP. Medical blank and mental health direct blank were notified of inmate Stauch's housing status. And, there were people, if you missed maybe some of the tidbits at Tecia, there were several inmates who would go to the guards and say, please move me, because I really want to get out of here on time, and I'm never going to be able to stay out of trouble if I'm around her, because I can't control myself. Here's a removal from protective custody form, and this is from March of 2021. And this is what she filled out. It says, I desire to be placed in Gen Pop for the following reasons. 1, I do not cause problems at the facility. 2, I will not be involved with others. So if they do it, like cause problems, that's on them. And then there's in parentheses, like the cause problems, but she didn't close the parentheses. And then she has number 3, however, I do wish to be no cellmate. You don't cause problems at this facility? Linda, I thought of that too, just based on the name. Angel. Just checking on you guys for a second. Hey, Pinche Becky. Oh, my internet is acting up at home. I'm using data. That's how much I love you. I love you too. And I'm sorry. I hope that you get it figured out. My internet is, or Tova. Tammy, I don't know. I haven't seen it in her property yet, but we'll see. I just find it interesting that she can actually read because she certainly needs a little help with grammar. Tests that they're wonderful. Let's see. The only good. Oh, you guys talking about Nady and then yes, the Secret Santa. Hey, Uncle Benny. She's acting out due to her not being in the natural habitat, aka sewer. But she doesn't cause problems in the facility and wishes to be with no cellmate. I can understand that. I don't think anybody would, but let's see. We're going to skip through these. There's going to be several pages of them, so it just is what it is. Okay, here's another request to be removed from SEG. This is from also March of 2021. Let's see what she wrote on this one. Brief, specific reason why you are requesting the removal of segregation. We are not even sure why we are segs, because blank has been my true friend for 1 year in blank. We always talked in each other's vent, Bible study together, etc. I think something got taken out of context when she said she would kill. She was talking about my other personality and we were joking. I told her I needed her blank to get rid of it for me. I think someone overreacted on our conversation. She agrees. I've helped blank with everything while in blank and we are friends. Most days the only person I ever talk to in blank. So I think that ward. So this is her true friend for 1 year in blank. We always talked in each other's vent, Bible study together, etc. That's true BFFs. The vent talking, toilet talking friends. Yes. I think something got taken out of context when she said she would, quote, kill, unquote. She was talking about my other personality and we were joking. It was disapproved. Sorry. I just seen at the bottom, see where it's circled, disapproved. Other personality. Tess, her handwriting is all over the place. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. So it's hard to honestly tell. But it is her, it has to be because this is her form. But like I said, sometimes her writing will be more neat than other times. Oh Lord, she is my best friend from the vents. Debbie Barron. She is aware that Colorado law doesn't have no cellmate. She manipulated her way to a state with a single cell. Well, I don't know because I thought she's had cellmates. Well, I know that she has in other wards. Remember, because she threw the shit water on her. It bothers me she gets all this ish. I'm a pretty good human and don't get half the books, candies, and new socks she does. I know, pursuing understanding. I know, but you know what? You have freedom, and I know it's hard. It's really tough to see sometimes the things that they have access to and everything. They're she's got a boyfriend from in here and everything else. So Maria, I don't know because I haven't went through all of this on my own. Honestly, I've scrolled a little bit ahead, but I'm too afraid of like getting lost. So I've kept it open on my computer where we leave off when we're done with the lives. And then I'll just scroll like a little bit, like maybe 20 or 30 pages and then go back to where we were. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go back to this. I can't see your comments while we're going through. So just so you guys know. Now she has a book called Someone We Know. She's got so many books that she has to give them away or donate them or something or have someone pick them up because you can only have up to 12 in your room. Here's another property report. She had a book called Shine On by Doreen Caven, 125 brain teasers and $3.99 puzzles, games, and trivia. The Jailhouse Lawyer by James Patterson. That's quite an interesting read, Tisha. The Jailhouse Lawyer. Huh. I was going to come back to your comments, but let's keep going for a little bit so we can try to make some progress on this file. The kites are going to be like one of our places that will take the longest to get through, but I really wanted to go through them all here on my channel. So that's what we're going to do. Can't even speak. I'm sorry. Okay, we have 417 more games, and then a book called Determined. I need to look up what the Jailhouse Lawyer is about. Actually, let me do that really quick. The Jailhouse Lawyer. I think it was James Patterson. Yes. A young lawyer takes on a judge who is destroying her hometown and ends up in jail herself. It's the first one. Wait, it's part of a series. The second book is called Power of Attorney, is also a legal thriller. So that's what they are, legal thrillers. She ends up in jail herself. This took place in Irva, Alabama. Okay. Very interesting. Hold on just a sec, you guys. Okay. I had to mute my mic and yell for Bentley to stop screaming because he's outside playing like far away, but I could hear it still, and I didn't want you guys. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Probably not. Okay. Maybe I should zoom out. Yeah. All right, let's see what this is. Oh my goodness, here we go. Now this is from March of 2022, and it's another removal from segregation form. So she says that they both have completed the form and there has never been an issue. Here we are again. Never been an issue. I don't act up. We don't argue and disagree. And I mean, I can only imagine what we're about to read on this. Okay, so there is no reason for this seg, nor did we request it or cause any issues while housed together. She had an issue with the deputy, and I was not involved in any way. I had headphones on, and she was regressed. This is ludicrous, discrimination, and false. No issue exists, and both of us want this removed. Report says floor security did this. You should worry about all the drug dealers who aren't segged, not this. It's frivolous. Hold on one sec, you guys. Okay. Did she spell ludic? No. She spelled it like the rapper. Look, this is ludicrous, the rapper. I think she did that on the kites too, because I remember Curious Jen like talking about that during her live. It's frivolous. There is no change of circumstances because this issue was created by someone delusional, not us. We have never had a disagreement. And we're housed together for months, so of course we can coexist. If this was done by Deputy Tillett, she is continuing to do everything she can to get her name involved with me and is discriminating, lying, and making false reports. Please remove this. And then it says extra underlined because can't read that. This is retaliation to blank and an issue with her. Progressing to the tower. It has nothing to do with me. I told the deputy I had headphones in and don't know what transpired with her moving to Echo. Please stop inserting me in false reporting. Please stop putting in false claims and segs on people I was housed with. If they have an issue with a deputy, that does not involve me. I obey rules and coexist with everyone, especially blank, whom I was housed with for 3+ months. Finally, please do not ignore this or deny it due to my case. It has nothing to do with this seg, and a false problem was created. I know that you removed them for other inmates who actually had issues. We did not. Underlined, Letecia. Wow. Okay. If only these guards would stop being so unfair and discriminatory against her. You know, I mean, she never does anything wrong. She gets along with everybody, and she can easily coexist with anybody. She doesn't have any problems. She doesn't break the rules. I mean, hey, Johnny. Tecia as Luda. Wait till I get my Kathy. Luda. Toilet buddies like Teletubbies. You guys are so silly. It's ludicrous. Uncle Benny, he doesn't get the fascination with her case. Well, I think with this one, I'm not sure. You know, I think that it's people got attached for whatever reason, but people who followed the case from start to finish, I think really, like for me personally, I want to see everything that happened in between the case and the trial and even afterwards. And I don't know if it's because her behavior is just so bizarre. I don't think that's it. And I don't think it's necessarily because of how cruel, because her crime was particularly cruel, right? But we see that often. I mean, so I'm not sure, Uncle Benny. I think that some cases just grab you in ways that, you know, and some people it doesn't grab. Like there's cases that I've seen people be really interested in. Now I'm interested in Delphi, but not as much as I'm interested in this one. But like, for instance, like Alex Murdaugh, that one just, I didn't really have a lot of interest in following that one. I don't know. I think that it's just different depending on. But so was Susan Smith's. Yeah. So that was cruel. So I don't really know. I think it's a good question. What causes the fascination? But also, like for me, any case that I'm following that closely, I want to see all the details with. Like I've tried to request Chris Watts jail file, still haven't gotten it. But if I would, you know, I'm sure I'd be just as interested. Aw, Adrian, thank you. I've started to follow. Yes, Amber does have a great channel. She's awesome. All the channels that get dropped in here are really incredible channels. Oh, Mojo Jojo, thank you. I'm super interested in Sarah Boone. See, I'm interested in that one too. I've covered it a little, and I want to cover the trial, but I wouldn't say I'm as interested in that one as like this one. So this one, I don't know, it just grabbed me in a way. Adam Montgomery, I am very interested in that one, which you guys know that I had messaged him through that Getting Out app. And let me just say, just for a second, he messaged back and asked, like, he followed the Chris Watts case, and he thinks that what Chris did was just disgusting and horrible, which is really interesting with what he's in there for, because his case was just what he did was disgusting and horrible. You know what I mean? I didn't care about Alex too much either. I'm more interested in Adam. Mine too, Chopper. There's something with me like that pulls me towards the kids' cases. Kathy says, I really couldn't figure out her psychological state. I wavered on what was going on, so I kept digging. I had a really strong curiosity as to her mental state, which I know that you have a master's in psychology. I think that's part of it, the hypocrisy, like the questions surrounding what exactly happened and what started it. Ooh, oh yeah, Leslie, the case file, which I would like to get back into that and look at it again because it's been years. But I mean his jail records, like what's happened since he's been in prison. Ooh, Uncle Benny says she is to be pitied in some ways. She's wrong-hearted and her mind is messed up. Demonized, in my opinion. Well, you know what? I think that I enjoy your input on it, so keep giving it. It's interesting. Legendary. If you had one, we would drop it. I know, pot calling the kettle black. You're not with like the. See, now I am like this with the Idaho case. I'm very interested in it. When you type gaslighting into Google, Tecia appears as the first hit. Quentin. I'm very interested in that one too, and I want all the details of that one. Adam is a monster too. Oh, thank you, Mary Jane Doe, for being interested in it as well and hanging out with me as we talk about it. Okay. It's interesting that you also see the evil in her heart. I have seen the evil in her eyes, and it's something you want to protect against. I'm still obsessed with Watts. Oh, I think Susan Smith's would have been too. The Burgos one. Oh, Pinche Becky. I know. I covered that one. Oh my God. Hey, Avery. No excusing her actions. However, it's entirely possible she has something organically wrong with her brain, impulse control, perception, or reality, etc. But okay, so my thing with that is, but why keep, like, I definitely think there is. But the interesting thing is there were several, exams done on her, which found her to be not insane, right? But I think she definitely has something wrong with her. But the thing is like, for me, I think that makes me want to know and see more is the way that, like, even after she's caught in black and white and there's no explaining away whatever's happened, she attempts to explain it away again. And it's like the stories, I don't understand how you as a human could make up all of these stories and expect them to be believed, and that kind of thing. That's like one of the most interesting parts for me. See, it's because she told so many unbelievable stories. And not even like, not that, just and also the fact that she thought that it would work. She lies when there is no need to. Yeah, she does. Personality disorders are not mental health issues, Janice says. The experts here say she's probably a psychopath. Okay, let's keep looking and just see what we come across next. Oh, okay. Here we have another asking to be removed. So what these are is, this is the second request for this particular person, but this just means that she's kept segregated from a particular inmate, and this is her request for that to be stopped. So on this one, she says, the seg was put in place due to false reporting on behalf of Deputy Tillett. The claim made on the report is frivolous and complete discrimination because of Madeline, because of her sexual orientation. Plus, I am not interested in the same sex. Madeline has a girlfriend. I know you check her mail, call logs, etc., and can verify that. I also know that you do 30-minute logs on me. I do not break the rules, and it's beyond discrimination to let a deputy discriminate based on her being a lesbian. Okay, let me pause here. This is part of it. I do not break the rules. This woman is nonstop breaking the rules, constantly. I mean, taking apart all the screws in her cell and things like that. Okay, but let me keep reading. So she says, I do not have anything to do with that, and I am straight. This false reporting does not fall under the guidelines of your mission statement and the two words honesty and integrity on every deputy's uniform. There is absolutely no evidence. This is based on Deputy Tillett's own delusions and should not be tolerated. She is always trying to insert herself into any and everything involving me. She is listed as a witness from the DA's office, and this would be supporting her lies about this seg. It is malicious and is being used to target me and Madeline under false pretense. Your updated handbook mentions preponderance of evidence often, and there's absolutely nothing there except a delusion by a deputy who is subpoenaed in my case. This is clearly obvious what is happening, and I plan to use this against her credibility because the jail has no basis for this seg. Please remove this false reporting claim. Her time in detention. Let's see what this is. Detention food roster. Refused meal. Stated she will not eat anything. Quote, I am Jewish. I do not eat regular trays, unquote. And this is another thing with her, because everything that she does is to get her way, there's a reason for it. And she's not stupid. she's smart, but she does dumb stuff like here. I am Jewish. I do not eat regular trays. She's trying to be on the Jewish diet. It's obviously better quality food, right? But then she'll go in front of the deputies and eat stuff from commissary. For me, one of the things that like makes me interested is how like wonder the psychology of that. Why would you continue to get in your own way like she does? Hey, Parawoman Radio. Like the showering kind of Ava. She's not Jewish, Avery. No. Hell, she has several books about Jesus in her stuff. Uncle Benny says, well, the lying is where the demon part comes in. The devil is a liar and the father of lies, according to the Bible. She literally has a lying spirit. Pathological liar is just a psych term, similar to how psychopath is used to replace words like evil and wicked. Very interesting. Not approved. Oh, thank you, Donna. She is an emotional vampire. She will wear you. It's the mental gymnastics. Master manipulator. That's right, Anonymous. Like, I'm Jewish. And so, oh gosh, some of her stuff is just so, I don't know. It's truly like nothing I've ever seen before. I think that it's interesting though. I've never actually seen records like, think about somebody like Ted Bundy or some like, because we know that Ted Bundy was also very manipulative. I think he was probably much better at it than her and much more clever and just intelligent overall. But it would be so interesting to like be able to see the inner workings of Ted Bundy trying to manipulate the guards and stuff. You know what I mean? People in the jail. Okay. Had to move us inside. Okay, sorry, my mom was coming through here. Tecia is just used to manipulating people who are just exhausted from her antics. They were starting to work on a car out there, and I didn't want y'all to have to hear that. But said Ted even confessed she will not. Maybe she will one day. Is it possible to get Ted Bundy's files? I mean, we could request. It would be so interesting, wouldn't it? She searches for whatever religion will get her what she wants in there. All right, let's see what else we come across. On June 8th, 2022 at 6:50 p.m., I observed Stauch fill a milk carton with water from the toilet and throw it on her cellmate. Okay, so there's the incident. You know, to get her way, she wanted this cellmate out of her room. This is an example of Letecia and her being willing to do anything and everything to get her way. She wanted this particular inmate out of her cell. And I think that she had made a couple comments or requests based on this, but it wasn't happening. So she takes a milk carton, fills it up with water, because the inmate's a gross inmate that's like not flushing the toilet, not cleaning up after herself. So she scoops down in the toilet a whole carton of shit water and just throws it on the inmate on the bed, knowing that this will, and she did get what she wanted after that. Ooh, Morgan says, in a fascinating way, there's something in Elle that we all resonate with. Not on a level that she took it to, but it makes you wonder what I or someone would do if pushed to the limit. And well, I have to be honest here, and I've thought about this a lot. Like, I do think that Letecia was trying to like do her part of this marriage, taking in these kids. I don't think she was happy about it. And I'm not saying she was nice to him, but I think that she was trying for Al, we know that for years she had, there was a lot of time where it was just her and the kids or whatever. And we know that Al was maybe not the most present. And I'd say that that would probably not feel very good if you're doing like all the work around the house and with the kids and everything. And they're not your biological children, but they're his. So I think that probably is part of what happened, what part of what made her. But it's just like with Chris Watts, like this, like most people would just get a divorce. You know what I mean? So I just think logic can only take you so far when when they're evil like this. Okay. Ooh, Alex Abramovich and Mike Harvey. The Rise and Fall of Aaron Hernandez, All American Murder. Wow. I didn't even know that book existed, but that's a case that I'm very interested to see in all the details of as well. There was a Netflix special that got me very interested in the case. More logs, which we're not going to go through those. I'm trying to get us to the kites. But I'm glad that we're scrolling because I don't want to miss anything that might be important. So this is how the books come, or one that she's returning. She refused it. Reason for non-delivery, refused. Book return. Maybe the jail refused it because it was like a hardback or something. Here's the participation agreement into the religious diet program. So she signs all of this, agrees to do it all, and then gets pissed and says that it's unfair when they catch her eating something that doesn't follow the diet. Well, you agreed to this. Let's see what this is. Booking complete. Jessica Bethel, no bond. To be transferred to the hospital. Here we have where she is requesting to go to the law library because she hereby certifies that I am contemplating filing a civil action, which she did. Here's another interesting element of this that keeps people curious. She has a lawsuit against the jail now. She has filed a lawsuit against, multiple parties. Okay, clicker, have a safe trip and let us know when you make it. And thank you for being here. Peaches and potato chip bags for me. It would have been easy to go. Absolutely, Deborah. I just don't understand that. Like I said, with Watts, that's something that's always bothered me. It's like, dude, you could have just gotten a divorce. Okay, let's keep going. Due to your incidents of noncompliance with one or more provisions contained in your law library request, it has been terminated because she refused to attend. So that's when so here is when she attended the law library, when she refused, when she missed. Discovery provided to. Here's a log of her getting her discovery. I fully believe she wanted to be pro se just to be able to really look at the discovery like she did. That's just another aspect of who this person is and the manipulation. Okay. No rips or tears. This is male history. She was, let's see, legal male. So, and that's kind of how that looks. Inmate male history, more legal male. Colorado Commission on Judicial Discipline. Legal male. Here is from the Office of the Clerk of the United States District Court. More legal mail from the same place, U.S. District Court. More legal mail from Stinson. I don't think that we necessarily need to go through all of that. Now here we have, okay, Josh Tolini sends in a request to who it may concern. This is her attorney. Kyle Varvel has been retained as a social worker in Letecia's case. Please allow Mr. Varvel access to Ms. Stauch. Dr. Laura Leach has been retained as an expert in Letecia's case. Please allow Dr. Leach access to Mrs. Stauch. Well, that's quite interesting. Wonder what happened. Laura Leach. That does not ring a bell to me at all. And this was just 2 months before the trial. Let me check on you guys because I can't see you. Oh, thank you, Anonymous. And thank you for being a member for 2 months. These criminals that want to go pro se think they're way smarter than they actually are. Even lawyers want representation. No, Janice, no, she didn't. And that's what I was wondering about. KPM says too, we never heard from that doctor. I wonder why. Is that because maybe her conclusions wouldn't be beneficial to Letecia? I think she would not give what Dr. Lewis would. They did not use her. That's why I love, I'm glad that we get to look through this like this, because there's so many little aspects that you just don't ever see. Please allow Kendra Paredes, an investigator, to visit Stauch. That was also from Tolini. We didn't hear from the social worker either. These are all the alerts that were given because of her. Mental health alerts, escape, seg, court concerns, those types of things. Inmate Station, Visitor Center. Ooh, here are some of her visitors. We have Erin Prater, Catherine Strobel, Kimberly Chalmers, Katie Carlisle, Elizabeth McNeil Smith, Amanda Murfield, Claire LeBeau. Wow. Some of them were recorded, some weren't. We have some attorney visits. Social workers, professional visits. All of her visits are social workers and professional until at the end here we see friend. Here are 2 more of her mugshots. I've never seen that side view. Have you guys? Wow. Just going to come back and check on you for a second. No, I didn't see any, Cheryl. I don't think we're going to get through the kites today. Okay. Total bond, 0. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. I think some of these are like when she's being transferred to the hospital and things like that. Wait, what does this say? To be transported from the hospital. Orders to follow per Judge Warner on WebEx. Transport defendant to court by any reasonable means necessary. Still transport defendant by any means necessary. Hold on, let's see. Or a warrant will be issued. Defendant stated in court on March 9th of 23 that she would not dress for trial. Competency raised. Competency raised. Okay. These are just like notes, I guess, on the court appearances. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused on what exactly is going on here. So we'll just religious preference change to Jewish from Baptist over 6-month rule. Inmate classification report. So this is right up at the point of her trial. Inmate is refusing housing in blank on 4/28 of 2023. She is stating because her trial will be starting soon, there will be safety concerns. She requested PC. However, at this time, her request has been denied. There have been no safety concerns documented or reported. Inmate is making the assumption that there may be a concern of possible media coverage. Inmate was informed to notify the ward deputy right away if there becomes a safety concern, and her housing will be reevaluated. She refused housing in January because of the media coverage. Housing reviewed for progression. Inmate has not been in a disciplinary problem during this review and will progress at this time. Transition in SMOC. So when she had to be placed in the SMOC, in the safety SMOC is what they call it. So this is just a log of them deciding to change her housing, which we went through all of this in the incident reports. So I'm not going to go through all of this again. I really want us to get to the kites and stuff. But it goes back to, the time when she was arrested. And so like here we have May 9th of 2020. Inmate moved to medical due to reports of a possible escape plan. Inmate was discussed with Chief Northam and Lieutenant Hannenberg. Inmate will return to blank for housing. Inmate's Stauch's housing habits. She has received new incident reports documenting odd behavior. Inmate seems to be paying close attention to deputies' restraints and transports. Wow. They talk about her kites, saying that her kites have been addressed. Okay, let's see what this is. This is from March 5th again. The writer spoke with inmate Stauch about her current housing status, and her classification questions were completed at the same time. Inmate Stauch had multiple questions about her current housing. She asked about her current mental health status, when she would be able to contact her attorney, if she could have water, and made statements about an incident that occurred during her transport. Inmate was informed mental health would speak with her today about her current status, and they will determine if she remains on mental health precautions. She was informed that she would be afforded an hour out today and would be able to attempt to call her attorney at that time. The ward deputy was informed that she would like some water and was provided lunch at that time. Stauch stated she was sleep deprived, is not aggressive at all, and that the incident during transport was an accident. She further stated the quote, monster rolled and hit them, unquote. Inmate Stauch was informed that her current housing is reviewed on a weekly basis. So that's what this is. This is that weekly basis of the housing being reviewed. But she claimed that she's not aggressive at all, and that, quote, the monster rolled and hit them, unquote. I mean, hold on a second. Let me just pull up something. After reading that, I think that we need to watch this short of what actually happened. And I think Grizzly has a pretty, what is wrong with me? I can't type for nothing today. Hold on, I'm almost there. in her shorts, I remember. Let's see. She makes a lot of shorts because now I'm way behind. Or, I've missed all these. Let's see. DA Michael Allen is a grizzly. I forgot the DA has been on her channel. Hold on, because we're going to watch one of those in a second. I've never watched them, but here is what actually happened with the monster can. That was just, they hit the drunk bumps on the side of the interstate and the can rolled, into her. This is from Burgos Avias. I watched that with the grizzly every day. Okay, but we are not, of course, I need to watch the full interview with Michael Allen. I've not seen it, but it looks like many of you guys have seen it. Let's just watch one or two of these shorts. Let's see.
Well, so the funny thing is that this was another outgrowth of the community watching, is that apparently that became a big thing on the internet, right? And so somebody sent me a T-shirt with my face on it, and it says Tiggy one.
The Tiggy one.
Well, just keep doing what you're doing and continue to do it the right way, like we just talked about. So thank you.
You have a Grizzly True Crime mug?
Yeah, make sure everybody gets your Grizzly True Crime mug.
That's very cool.
Oh my goodness. Okay, day made, you're made.
That's very cool.
Maybe you should start working in a prosecutor's office, because it sounds like you would be a perfect addition. Maybe you should move out here and join our office.
Coming to Colorado.
Yeah.
Right. Look at my flight.
Let's keep our focus on that these are actual humans. Their lives have been impacted. We've got a little boy who's been brutally murdered. We've got parents that are having to deal with the loss of their little boy. And so if we can give them that little measure of dignity and respect, I think it goes a long way and helps us as a collective humanity.
I agree with that. So many times with true crime, we kind of get lost in the story, right? And I've said it a million times over here. We have to always keep in mind and remember these are real people. This is not like make-believe for our entertainment. It is not a movie. This is not a book. This is real life. That's why it's so important, I think, to discuss it honestly, factually, thoroughly, like we do, right? Because it is real. This is actually happened, but I just think it's important to keep that in mind. She is top notch. That's very cool. Okay, I'll have to watch that interview. I mean, how cool is it that he had a grizzly mug? I love that. Okay, she got white envelopes, healthy snack mix, and a first class stamp, a black mini pen. Oh, wow, we're going to be able to see everything she buys. Hershey's with almonds, barbecue chips, ponytail holders, skincare lotion, yellow lined paper and a stamp, Reese's peanut butter cups, healthy snack mix and mustard, chocolate marshmallow pie, Milky Way candy bar, Jolly Ranchers, Cheetos, antiperspirant, and a mini pen. Chili cheese Fritos, Hershey's with almonds, barbecue chips, and healthy snack mix, a large thermal top, and a sketch pad. Tube socks. We've got strawberry Pop-Tarts, Oreo cookies, chili cheese Fritos, Reese's peanut butter, Snickers, Jolly Rancher, Cheetos, and barbecue chips and hot peanuts. It sounds like she's got a very healthy diet in there. Instant cappuccino, French vanilla, some creamer, More Hershey's, Reese's, Cheetos, all that stuff. Let's see. Colgate. Cool Wave mouthwash. Alcohol free because they can't give a mouthwash with alcohol in it. We don't necessarily need to see every oh, what the hell is this? We don't necessarily need to see everything she bought, but it is interesting. So here she bought an African crown hairdress. What is that? African crown hairdress. So is it like one of these headbands? Like a headband? Huh. Or is it a product, like a hair product? Let me check on you guys. Maybe you know. Let's see. Maybe a sleeping balm. It's a pomade. Okay. Oh, anonymous. Thank you. She shouldn't be allowed to buy any of these items until she pays the $52,000 in restitution in full. Which altar bought that? A hair grease. Why would she? I can't imagine Aunt Brenda ever getting a thank you this nasty. See, this is my thing. I can't help it, but I feel really bad for Aunt Brenda. I know that like we were talking about this with the two Jins the other night, listening to the calls. I can't wait to start these new calls. I'll find out when they want to start. It'll be probably tomorrow. I'd start tonight if they were ready. But we hear her take and take and take. And yeah, Aunt Brenda has her faults, and she's, supporting this woman who brutally did what she did. But at the end of the day, it's her family. So I think that many of us can understand, like, even if your family does something wrong, like, you can't just completely leave them hanging, or I don't know. I feel bad for her because she's trying to be there to make sure that they have what they need. And she is the only person who's really trying to do that. So I don't know. Oh, yes, more Tecia Lynn calls. We're starting December. Did you hear the last one, Steets? Oh, my God, the very last one. So in November, I think they were all on this was on Jen's channel, the last episode we did, that they are all now on Crime Curious with timestamps. So you could actually go to her video and find it. She called a man that she met in prison that was now in the halfway house. And she also calls with another man's mother. And apparently that this story, because when we were talking about it, Curious Jen was like, oh, I mean, it's like each and every month. Like, she gave us a hint that the story's going to become even more twisted. So we shall see what happens. Yeah, so listen on Crime Curious. Awesome. Yeah, so it's crazy. Would love tonight. Well, I will ask them. Here, let me ask him now, and then we'll see what they say. And I'll maybe have an answer by the time that we're done. When y'all want to start calls. Okay. All right. Let's keep looking, and then at this, and then we'll get an answer, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I know, I want to start tonight too, just because I'm curious. I'll put tonight, ? Tomorrow? They're not in here. Okay. Phone transfer. We have phone transfer of $1. Order amount $28. Skincare lotion, mouthwash, 10 stamps, moisturizing soap, antiperspirant, manila envelopes. She's doing those lawsuits, so she's having to buy lots of, envelopes she's got 10 white envelopes, manila envelopes, book of 10 stamps, black mini pen. She spent a lot of money in 3 years. What was it? $5,000 total. Dandruff shampoo, icy blast whitening toothpaste. I'm actually shocked at all the different, like they actually, here I go saying actually 50 times. They do get a lot of options in their little store. Here we have chili cheese Fritos again, lip balm, skincare, Pop-Tarts, Hershey's with almonds, butterscotch disc, Jolly Ranchers, Colgate, chicken ramen, beef ramen, Cajun shrimp ramen, barbecue chip, mustard, bag of ketchup, hot sauce, pickle, Nutri-Grain cereal bar, and ponytail holders, aspirin, AAA ion 3 battery. Oh, a AA or AAA battery. Pickles. The thing is, if you don't eat the gel food, which is probably not the best, right? I mean, I told you guys, I've been in there for a few hours and I got served one like plate of like spaghetti noodles or something, and it tasted like cardboard. But the thing is all the stuff at commissary, a lot of it is junk. It's going to be chips and candy and pop, and you know what I mean? That's not good for you either. She bought the whole shebang, whatever that is, at 1.5 ounces of the whole shebang. Either is good. Okay, Jen says either. Curious Jen says either is good. So we're waiting on Bendy. On my way to your lab. Okay. The whole shebang or chips. Okay. I didn't know that. Let's see though. I'm going to try to like do this and make it small and get through these. We can always go back. She ordered a lot of stuff. $5,000. Okay, we have finally made it to the kites. So let me just take like 2 seconds to tell you guys a couple things. Regardless if we start the calls tonight, tomorrow, whatever, I will let you know what is pop soda, Michelle. But the kites, the gel file, and everything else. If you look on Curious Jen's channel, she has read through all the kites without much commentary because this is going to be very different. We're going to discuss as we go. So also, there you are. Hey, Curious Jen. Also on her website, the gel file is now up on the site. So you don't have to sit here with me. If you want to read through it yourself, go over there and read through it yourself. If you want to hear her read the kites without commentary, go to her channel. Then we have discussion based on some of those kites that was on the word case studies. So I want to link that as well. Okay. Now, finally to the kites. Inmates usually gain weight while in prison or jail. I've seen that too. And I think that the food, it's just lots of carbs. Like, but that, I don't know that to be true. That's just what I have assumed because of things that I've heard over the years. Hey, Punksy. They can't get much fresh fruit or veggies because some make alcoholic beverages out of it. That makes sense, but that sucks, you know? It's carbs and inactivity, Para Women Radio. Hey, Kelly P. The freshman 50. Yep, just like college. You ain't lying. Driving, delivering groceries for Walmart, but listening. All right, drive safe, babe. Tomorrow, you guys, Curious Jen has a live. I think it's at 2 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be all about the road trip. I'm sure it's going to be extremely detailed and informative. Thank you, Pointer Lover. They eat junk and don't work out. All right, let's get over to these kites, and we'll go through a few, and maybe Jen will give us an answer about the calls tonight. And if she's ready, we'll start tonight. Okay. Now, here is her kite, first one that's in here, which remember, Curious Jen also told us they are not in order. They're completely out of order. So that's why, like, for the most factual information and detail, she has a stream reading through them. What we're going to do here is just read through them, have conversate through them, and stop and pick back up on another live in a few days, that kind of thing. So this was on March 19th of 2020 at 1:55 p.m. And it was, the status says it's a grievance with the status being closed and unfounded. So Letecia says, I am being singled out based on media. I have 36 years of a clean record. I don't know anyone. I am presumed innocent, and I am. I have been told I should be poisoned by staff. Poisoned. I should be poisoned by staff. I do not need 2 deputies. I should have more than an hour. I have been denied basic rights. And they responded with, Miss Stauch, as explained, you are in segregated housing for safety purposes. You will remain in current housing until we feel you are no longer a safety concern or risk. Thank you. Okay, I have to stop. First of all, let's go back to the very second sentence. The first sentence, I'm being singled out based on media. That's not true. But the second sentence, I have 36 years of a clean record. That's not true. You have domestic charges. You have the threats, the bomb threat. You've stole the vehicle. I mean, you do not have 36 years of a clean record. Like, you know that. I don't understand why she lies like she does, because she's will obviously be busted in the lie. Yeah, in a car. She, which, she was under 18 or in high school still at that time, but I don't know, Anonymous. I was thinking the same thing. Are the all caps a default on the kite machine? Because look at the response. Or is she just like, very intense? Poisoned. The road trip is huge, Henry says. It should definitely nail Harley's knowledge of the body and therefore her culpability in this matter. Everyone knows that Harley knew and helped clean up. She blatantly lies about things that can be verified. Absolutely. Not a clean record at all. All right, let's keep going. Oh, God almighty. Even the first sentence on this one just has me like, wow. All right, y'all. This is March 20th of 2020. She says, I am the most sane person in here, and I am being discriminated based on media. Wait a minute. You are the most sane person in here, and yet 3 years later, you are going to use the insanity defense. Okay. I am being discriminated based on media. My account balance was leaked online. The ant situation and anything I do goes online. I don't need full restraints or 2 deputies. Your deputy took pictures of me and taunted me with her weapon. I should have more than 1 hour out because I am innocent. My civil liberties are being violated. They responded and said, I have assigned the first grievance you sent because it mostly pertains to your housing. However, in the future, please make sure you submit 1 grievance per issue, and the grievances need to be specific. Supervisors have 10 business days to respond to your grievances. Additional information regarding grievance procedures can be found in the inmate handbook located on the kiosk. I am the most sane person in here. God. She does, Jessie. She absolutely does. Hey, Snuggy Nuggy. Aunt B has known Elle her whole life. She is allowing this because she needs to be loved. She tried to bribe Harley to visit her. Thank you, James Gype. Oh, I think I missed this. Thank you, Amanda, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. And then thank you, Anonymous. For that. And I saw this one, but thank you again. And thank you, Elena. Allie, love your channel and you. Sharing others' content to deep dive is pure and true, and I love your character. Oh, Elena, thank you. It's very sweet. And I love and appreciate you guys. Okay. Now we have on March the 22nd, 2 days later, you are violating my civil rights and failing to modify my timeout. My ability to have basic, took me a second to realize that was 2 words. That was basic inmate rights, no pillow, no ordering, and are treating me as a guilty person. I should have more time out and do not need restraints. I am hiring a civil rights attorney and an advisor and give them permission to speak on my behalf. The details of the grievance should be specific, including the date, time, and location of the incident or situation, other persons involved, and how the situation affected the inmate. Please resubmit. If you are appealing the response you previously received, you need to explain why the response wasn't satisfactory. Again, I encourage you to read the handbook regarding the grievance procedures. Now we're on March 28th of 2020. I have done nothing to have 2 DEP. I had to wait 3 hours for a tampon because no one can open the door. People throw stuff, bang on the door, and have scissors taken out on them and get 1 DEP. 8th Amendment violations. Again, this needs to be specific. Please resubmit. Now she says, Richardson dropped a plate on the ground and then said to give it to me. Food was dropping everywhere. He is the one who always makes nasty comments, and I feel threatened for my safety by him, especially after the Posion. The details of the grievance should be specific, including the date and time. Please resubmit. Now she has March 28th of 2020. I asked to go out later so I could call attorney all week. But there are certain people in blank that they won't wake that early because of their behavior. This jail consistently violates civil rights by denying some to some individuals and affording those to repeats. The grievances should be specific. Please resubmit. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is why. Like, I'm so interested. I don't know about you guys, but it's like, just when you think it can't be more chaotic and messy, it is. Hey, Rando. Let me make sure to drop a couple other links for you guys. Punksy, Renee, Oxy, Lori. Response: get your shit together, girl. We'll just read through a couple more, and then we're going to do, we're going to keep going through the file till we get through it all. In the meantime, as well, I will try to put in see what exactly we can obtain, if anything, from where she's at currently. So this is April 10th, 2020. Is it necessary that I get taken to court with chains so tight my hands were numb and my back is hurt for 2 days because Schrouder, or spelled Schrouder, wants to tighten so much my ribs are sore? It hurts to cough and sleep. It's not okay how the facility violates my 8th. Again, not enough details, so they give her that same response. Okay. April 25th, 11th time I've arrived with injuries to the ward or back from court, etc. This time, my ankles are cut and marks. The right one is bleeding. Plus, jail refuses to take action against classification, who continues to discriminate against my housing, who are forcing physical problems without being out more and mental abuse being segregated. Now, one time she was complaining of bleeding from the cuffs, and the officer checked, and we looked at the pictures on here. She absolutely was not bleeding. Her hands were a little red. Exactly. You're a prisoner. This is not a hotel. 15 minutes of my hour out was taken on the 27th. So this was on the 28th, by the way. And I was told my attorney visits count for my time out, and I needed to do them in medical. And she, as in Draper, didn't have time for nonsense. Aragon remained quiet. This is another violation of civil liberties. This is another violation of civil liberties. Well, you know what? No wonder that when she went to prison, they said she was slightly illiterate, because none of these make sense. Slow down, take a deep breath. It's like when I'm telling Bentley to calm down and not just try to yank his coat off the rack, instead of just carefully getting it and doing it right without breaking anything. He's 7. So he just tries to just grab stuff and doesn't pay attention. That's very similar to how I feel like she is, you know? So, it says, good evening. A review of the camera system shows you were escorted from medical to ward blank at approximately 3:12 p.m. Further review shows you departing ward blank at approximately 4:57 hours. After reviewing this matter, I find no evidence to support your claim. April 28th again. Jail continues to let classification discriminate. Can't spell that either. The moved inmate, who threats even to officers, told Schmidt Hay was gay and she wanted to kill him. Of course, she has always done this to me, but don't care, just shows jail rewards bad behavior. They said, we can't and won't discuss another inmate's housing with you. If you have a specific complaint against classification, please feel free to resubmit a grievance with those specific details. Slow down, deep breath, you know. Ooh, Jesse, I don't know. Oh, Michelle, yes, but I have two. I have one that's 14 as well. My oldest is the same, almost exact age as Gannon. He was 11 when this happened. Yeah, imagine all the complaints the hotel she stayed at must have received. Use your words, Kathy. Oh my God. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Like my text, Foxy says. Well, my texts are probably very similar. You know the replies send her into outer space. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, let's read a couple more and then I will let you guys go and we'll finish going through them together, as we can, depending what happens. I want to cover some current stuff as well, so we'll just keep trying to make it work. Here we have 429. My attorneys were denied a visit on 428 and the retaliation continues. The grievance should be specific, including date, time, and location of the incident. Okay, 5/6/2020. Jail continues 8th Amendment violations by moving me to a lower ward, taking away socks, sheets, purchased shirt and panties, tea brush, comb, and commissary in retaliation for attorney visits when I already had them. Miss Stauch, medical was a temporary housing assignment. You have been placed into a special management ward where you will be housed pending further review by inmate class. Your move was not done in retaliation. Thanks. May 6th of 2020. Denying attorney visits again and downgrading my housing and putting me in the mental and suicide ward in retaliation. We are filing motion and recording violation 36 for civil rights claim, noting for record. Your intention is noted, they said. Oh, God. Your intention is noted. Yeah, noting for record. Yeah, for your notes, Letecia. Keep it up. Now we have June 5th. Being moved to the floor, the only one in blank, is detrimental to my mental health when the toilet situation is frivolous. It's frivolous. Slow down. Okay, so looks like we're gonna do the calls tomorrow evening, but probably not at 9 because that's a little bit too late for me on a school night. Probably around 7, as long as that's okay with them. But I'll keep you guys posted. I'll have it up and scheduled tonight so that you can hit the reminder. And I know that Curious Jen has the 2 o'clock stream, so tomorrow. Okay, this will be the last one for today, June 8th. She says, I am unable to wash my hair, shave, wash back or butt. Sorry. I am unable to wash my hair, shave, wash back or butt. One word. Can't open the paper and some days use the phone because I can't reach it. Can't write notes on attorney visits. This is cruel and dangerous, affecting my mental health. So there we go. We made it through some property things, some mail stuff, some of the things she was buying. If you guys want to go, like I said, and look at every single thing that she purchased, you can go to Curious Jen's website, and that will give you the awesome. Thank you, Curious Jen. And that will give you guys, you just scroll through. I actually have the app on my phone. So I go to it all the time if I need to double check something, look at something, grab a document, whatever. It's just a really great resource for the facts. Ooh, the butt. Toilet situation frivolous? I know, but not it's not frivolous, just frivolous. So yeah, no, not tonight. I think tomorrow is going to be better for everybody, but it's not far, and that gives us some time to kind of prepare. I think Melissa has a live tonight around like 7 or something, and I'll share that later with you guys, but it's frivolous. And then tomorrow we'll do the calls, which I'm really excited about. And then if you are on Patreon, that's going to start in like 20 minutes, like at 4:30. That's so just to let you know. And then if you're just everybody, whether you come and you don't comment, whether you comment, leave a like, a dislike, just whatever. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you, Andrea. Oh, love you back. Thank you for being a member 9 months. And let me say thank you again. Thank you, Cynthia. I don't think I saw that one. Thank you so much. Thank you, Elena, Anonymous, Amanda, Rachel, Alice, Kaleidhope, Katrina, all you guys. I really do appreciate you so much. Awesome, Christina. And make sure you check out the channels that we dropped. And yeah, I'll see you very soon. Do a lurkers like. I love and appreciate you guys. And I like Melissa, but can't listen to her with earbuds on. Mike stays hot. I love Melissa. I love all you guys and appreciate you. So thank you so much for being here. And thank you, Ava. Thank you to the mods. Let me grab one more link that's not in my Nightbot. I wanted to drop. Beats on the Street was in here, and she has a really great channel, and I think she's going to get back to doing some true crime stuff soon. So I think that you guys would really enjoy her channel. So let me pull that up and then drop it, and then yeah, I'll see you guys a little bit later. Let's see, copy. Oh, awesome. T. Adams. I need to start running. I'm telling you, we do the bike sometimes, but I need to be more active. John says, love, really? It's a YouTube channel. Yes, really. Let me tell you what. Now, the way that I love you guys is not the same as how I love my kids or my mother or whatever, right? But I truly do love and appreciate you guys and the community that we've built. Let me tell you guys, when my channel when that demonetization happened, the way that you all like were there for me, supported me, when my cousin passed away, when we came together to do like the fundraisers for Gannon and all the different things that we've done, like I just cannot get over how absolutely special and wonderful this little community is, how many awesome people are in here. I'm just beyond blessed and grateful. And I really do love and appreciate you guys so much. I really do. Yes, Foxy, do. Reach out whenever you want. Anytime, babe. So, Musicity Mom. So yeah, and honestly, I don't know. I can't even get over, like, I was just thinking about that yesterday, like the way that you guys have been there for me and tried to lift me up and help me. And like, I don't know that I ever knew what I was getting into when I started like building this channel, but I'm so thankful and blessed. I just think that it's such a special community that could do a lot of good. So thank you guys for everything. All right. I love and appreciate you. And I hope to see you either later today or tomorrow for the phone calls. And yeah, thank you for being here. Don't forget to leave a like, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.